At my daughter's wedding planning, she said, my stepdad is walking me down the aisle. You can just watch from the audience, I said, I'll bring popcorn. 2 weeks later, the wedding venue called asking about the missing $15,000 deposit. Her stepdad's check had bounced. My daughter, Emma, 24, just learned the hard way that words have consequences. 6 weeks ago, she decided to completely humiliate me at her wedding planning meeting and found out real quick who actually has the money in this family. Quick background, been divorced from Emma's mom, Jennifer, for 12 years. Jennifer married Rick about 8 years ago, and Emma moved in with them when she was 16. Rick's always tried to be the fun dad, buying Emma stuff, taking her on trips, basically trying to win her over with money. The thing is, I'm the one who paid for Emma's college tuition, her car, even helped with her apartment security deposit after college because Rick kept promising to help but never followed through. But somehow Rick gets all the credit for being the supportive father figure. 6 weeks ago, Emma invited me to meet with her wedding planner at this fancy venue downtown. Said she wanted all her parents involved in planning, which seemed nice since we don't talk much anymore. Got there and it was Emma, Jennifer, Rick, and this wedding planner going through details, venue costs, catering, flowers, the whole 9 yards. Price tag was coming out to about $50,000 for this October wedding. Everything was going fine until the planner asked about the father-daughter dance and who would be walking Emma down the aisle. Rick will be walking me down the aisle, Emma said without even looking at me. He's been more of a father to me than my real dad ever was. I sat there for a second processing what she just said, in front of the wedding planner, in front of Jennifer, just completely dismissed me like I wasn't even there. What about your biological father? The planner asked, looking confused. Oh, he can just watch from the audience, Emma said. Rick raised me. Rick's the one who's been there for me. Rick should get the honor. The room went quiet. Jennifer looked uncomfortable. Rick had this smug smile like he'd finally won some competition I didn't know we were having. Fair enough, I said, standing up. I'll bring popcorn. Emma rolled her eyes. Dad, don't be dramatic. Not being dramatic, Emma. Just accepting my role as audience member. Hope Rick's planning to pay for this $50,000 show, too. That's when things got interesting. The wedding planner started talking about deposits and payment schedules. The venue wanted $15,000 up front to hold the October date. Everything else could be paid closer to the wedding. Rick jumped in real quick. Don't worry about the money. I've got this covered. You sure about that, Rick? I asked. Because $50,000 is a lot of popcorn money. I've got it handled, David, he said. The planner explained they needed the deposit within 48 hours to secure the date since October was peak season. Rick pulled out his checkbook right there and wrote a check for $15,000 like it was nothing. There, Rick said, sliding the check across the table. All set. I grabbed my jacket and headed for the door. Well, then you really don't need me here. Emma, you've made it clear who your real dad is. Rick can handle everything from now on. Emma called after me, saying I was being childish and making a scene. I just waved and left them to their planning. Update 1, 4 days later. 4 days later, Jennifer called me panicking. David, something's wrong with Rick's check. What kind of wrong? The venue called this morning. Rick's check bounced. They said insufficient funds. I almost laughed out loud. Rick's big moment as provider and his check bounced like a rubber ball.